Brother Ty, what's going on this evening? Alright, family. Thanks for joining us this evening. This is a product of WBNN. This is Know Your Rights, and I'm your host, Terris Strength. On air now from Lagos, Nigeria. Call in, family. 516-453-9133. Press 1 to join the conversation. And of course, this is brought to you by Ngozi Time Multimedia. We got another fantastic show for you this evening, family. You know how we do on this show, starting trouble. But listen, it's for your own good. So the topic this evening is spirituality, a new perspective, the reawakening of the goddess. Interview with Valerie Lemme. Yes. So we're going to go and we're going to talk about the feminine principle this evening and what it means for men. That's right, family. The focus is going to be on men this evening and why it's important. So call in, family. 516-453-9133. Press 1 to join the conversation. And of course, this is brought to you by Ngozi Time Multimedia. Thanks for joining us, Mo. Thanks for joining us. I know there's others out there. Come in on Facebook Live. Wave at me or something. Yes, Tawana, thanks for joining us. Yes. Yes. Miss Stern, thanks for joining us. Yes. Come on, family. Goddess Crew, support your sister. Yes. Thank you. All right, so we're gonna talk about this tonight. I know when men hear this, oh man. Now we gotta focus on the goddess. Brothers, I'm just letting you know it's gonna make you better. Stop tearing up your relationships, abandoning the women in your lives, torturing your parents, your mothers. You know, the relationship you have with the goddess impacts your relationship with women. So call in, family. Call in. Thanks for joining us on Facebook Live. Call in. 516-453-9133. Press 1 to join the conversation. Of course, this is brought to you by Ngozi Time Multimedia. Mr. Kane, thanks for joining us. Make sure you call in. Yes. Spirituality, a new perspective, the reawakening of the goddess. Interview with Valerie Lemme. Marlene, thanks for joining us. I know I only had you for a couple minutes, but I appreciate it. Yes. So we're going to talk about this evening. I know we talk about some things. I know you're saying Terris is always talking about this or that. He's controversial. Come on now, family. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help us to get it together, to be together, to be more cooperative. We're out of balance. So we're going to talk about why this is important this evening. We're going to talk about why this is important. Spirituality, a new perspective. The reawakening of the goddess. Interview with Valerie Lemme. Come on, family. Call in, especially the brothers. Call in, guys. Mr. Reed, thanks for chiming in. This is for you, Kev. Yes. 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 So we're going to talk about this evening. Yes. And while we at it, let's pray for the people in Florida with the hurricane approaching. High winds. Let's keep them in your prayers. Let's keep them in your prayers, family. That everyone is safe. It's a cleansing going on. So let's keep them in your prayers. But thanks for joining the show, Kevin, Marlene, Mo, Ty, Karen. Thanks for joining the show. Yes. So we're going to talk about this evening, about the goddess and what it means for us. Christina, thanks for joining us. Yes. Yes, how you doing, Christina? Good to see you. I know it's hard coming back from Hawaii, but we're glad to have you here anyway. Yes. So we're going to talk about this evening. This young lady, Valerie Lemme, she's going to give us an interesting perspective on this and why it's important. And we're going to learn something tonight, family. So thanks for joining us. Call in on Blog Talk. We're going to transition at 9:30, 516-453-9133. Press 1 to join the conversation. Of course, this is brought to you by Ngozi Time Multimedia. Yes. So call in, family. Spirituality, a new perspective, the reawakening of the goddess, interview with Valerie Lemme. Yes. So we're going to talk about this evening. All right, so let's find out a little bit about, see, it's 9:12. So we're going to transition around 9:24, 9:25 to Blog Talk. So let's talk about who Valerie Lemme is very quickly. So Valerie Lemme, CHT, is a whole life and self-healing coach. After trying to find happiness, purpose, and healing, she finally gave up for her and her clients. 39-year exhaustive and committed search left her feeling worse than ever. Then she found Ty Kane and his future visioning and success in the healing system. It allowed her to heal physically, emotionally, and spiritually. But she had to become a spiritual badass and tell the truth. You too can heal quickly and easily by connecting to your brilliant future. You can have fulfillment, happiness, and success, and you can have it all. That's a little bit about Valerie Lemme. All right, family. So let's talk a little bit about traits of goddess energy and why it's important. All right, traits of goddess energy. Number 1, receiving is of the feminine energy. Learning how to receive properly. Learning how to receive. Receiving is of the feminine energy. Number 2, there is no such thing as a self-made man. You have to learn, family, to be cooperative in order to be successful. And that is being in the feminine. So you have many of us who do this unconsciously. But imagine what goes on when you are consciously doing this stuff. All right? Number 3, I know many of you out there it's not going to like this. If anything, the goddess created the god. Goddess energy is all-encompassing. That's why it's amazing to me that we've removed the goddess from the deities. If anything, the goddess created the god because goddess energy is all-encompassing. I want to remind everybody, none of us get here but by women. That's how we get here. Thank you for joining the show, Mr. Medina. All right. Number 4, warmth, love, and compassion are the energies of the goddess. Warmth, love, and compassion are the energies of the goddess. When males discover their inner goddess energies, the divine masculine ramps up even more to counterbalance it. The effect is a kind, gentle powerhouse of healing divine masculine light. I want you guys to think about that. When males discover their inner goddess energies, the divine masculine ramps up even more to counterbalance it. The effect is of a kind, gentle powerhouse of healing divine masculine light. Number 5, the human male energy can be controlling, domineering, and may even resort to violence, whereas the divine masculine energy is unconditionally loving, nurturing, and protective. I want to say that again, family. The human male energy can be controlling, domineering, and may even resort to violence, whereas the divine masculine energy is unconditionally loving, nurturing, and protective. So in fact, the divine aspects of both the feminine and masculine energies are needed on Earth in order for a successful rebalancing to occur. We got to get in balance, family. The goddess energy and spirituality is about being divine and loving, powerful, about connection, oneness, and partnership. I want to say this again. Number 6, the goddess energy and spirituality is about being divine and loving, powerful, and about connection, oneness, and partnership. Now, how many of us, if we had this in our relationships, would be more fulfilled, more happy, more productive, if we can create this within our relationships? Ladies, you have a responsibility to help to create that culture, and men, you have a responsibility to be better and embrace that aspect. All right? All right. So for thousands of years, the logical, headstrong, masculine energy has ruled the planet. But now people worldwide have started to get in touch with their emotional feminine side. No single energy must rule the planet alone. And this convergence will restore balance to uncover the beautiful, nurturing, loving inner goddess. During this particular time in your life, you might feel a dramatic shift in energy as we once again recognize and celebrate the divine feminine within us all. The analytical and passionate masculine energy does serve a strong purpose and will be preserved during these times, even while people on earth tap into their divine goddess energy. Here are 11 signs that you have tapped into your inner goddess. This is probably primarily talking about women. You feel more sensitive and caring to yourself and others. With the arrival of the inner goddess energy being revealed comes intense feelings of compassion for yourself and others. You will suddenly want to help everyone you meet. You may even put the feelings of others before your own sometimes. You've realized that only caring about yourself in life will lead to despair and isolation. So you stripped away your ego and found true love in yourself and everything around you. The goddess within you also wants you to nurture and help others remember who they are. We need more loving women. You don't hear me, family. We need more loving women, more loving men, women who are loving just for the sake of being loving, not just to your men, as long as he's doing what you want. Number 2, you wish to make more female friends. Now, I know for men, we don't have a problem with that, right? Number 3, you know that you came here to be a healer of some sort. As you awaken to your inner goddess, you recognize your calling to help people somehow. You know that you manifested on earth during these times in order to help balance the energies on the planet and bring about peace and love. That goes for men and women. Number 4, you wish to express yourself in a creative way. As you tap into your inner goddess, you will start to notice a huge spike of creative energy. Number 5, you have a strong desire to be part of a loving community. Since you started your journey to awakening, you wish to seek out others who resonate with your beliefs and goals in life. You know that you can't change the world alone and wish to make friends with people who have discovered the divine goddess within also. You just long for others who see the world as you do, and know that becoming part of a community can open more doors for you to help others heal. Number 6, you have no desire to compete with or judge anyone. Number 7, you've realized the importance of self-care and self-love. The divine goddess feels strong and able to carry herself without tearing down others or feeling jealous of others' accomplishments. Number 8, your inner goddess energy requires you to clear out old pain. To advance you on your journey, you must clear out heavy energies that no longer serve you. The divine goddess within you will urge you to sit within your pain and let it move through you while recognizing what those feelings and experiences have taught you. Number 9, you start to manifest what you want at rapid speeds. Number 10, you have a newfound sense of confidence and purpose. And number 11, you no longer feel afraid of what life would throw at you. So those are signs that the inner goddess is awakening. So we're going to talk more about this with Miss Lemme this evening. I can't wait. It's an honor. I met Valerie 9 years ago at a seminar up north. I was on a spiritual retreat with my friend at the time, and she's come back into my life, and it's been a roller coaster, family. So we're gonna have her on tonight. So call in, family. 516-453-9133. Press 1 to join the conversation. And of course, this is brought to you by Ngozi Time Multimedia. Spirituality, a new perspective. The reawakening of the goddess. Interview with Valerie and Lemme. Come on, family, call in. Yeah. 9:22, we be logging in shortly. Yes. So I've been really looking forward to this show, family, to talk about this. Let's see what Valerie's going to talk about tonight. She's a little spark plug. So thanks for joining us, everyone. Christina, Kevin, Marlene, Mike Medina, Tawana, and anyone else out there that I'm not able to see. Thanks for joining us on the Know Your Right show. Yes, family. Let's talk about the reawakening of the goddess this evening. Yes. Men, we're out of balance. It's all about the male energies. We're out of balance. We need both. We need both, family. We need both so that we can stop the abuse. We can stop the oppression. We can stop tearing up our families and our relationships. We gotta get in balance. We have to become more cooperative. We can't always be combative. Yes. We can't always be combative. Let's try to be more cooperative. Let's try to be more nurturing and loving. Let's connect with that. We have daughters. We have children. Families. Come on, family. Call in 516-453-9133. Press 1 to join the conversation. And of course, this is brought to you by Ngozi Time Multimedia. Come on, family. Yes. Let's deal with these emotions. Stop killing ourselves. Yes, Valerie, kind and compassionate. Absolutely. That's the feminine. We need more women to be kind and compassionate. Right? Both of us. They're reacting at us, men. We're leaving our families through drugs, alcohol, or just out of fear. Come on now. So tonight we're going to try to begin to get to the root of it. Let's get to the root of it. We need to change our beliefs. Challenge our beliefs, family. All right, so we're going to talk about this tonight. So we have to bring her back. We got to bring the goddess back. Yes. All right, so we're going to log in. We're going to transition. Yes, family.
Please hold and you'll be able to listen to the show.
All right, family, we'll be transitioning in about 2 minutes to start the show. So again, call in, family. 516-453-9133. Press 1 to join the conversation. And of course, this is brought to you by Ngozi Time Multimedia. So thanks for joining us, Christina, Valerie, Mo Garman, Marlene, Kevin Reed, Tawana, and anybody else out there that I haven't seen or I can't see. Thanks for joining the show. Please, if Facebook kicked me off, just transition to Blog Talk. Call in, dial in on Blog Talk, and continue the show. Because sometimes that happens, family. But we're going to keep the show going.
Blog Talk Radio.
I was having challenges with my old bank. Lots of red flags. Yellow ones too. Fees, penalties,
Unnecessary fees.
plain dirty. So I broke up with bad banking and moved on with SoFi checking and savings. Now I get up to 2.0% APY on all my money and pay no account fees. Feels good to get my money right.
Banker disqualified.
Break up with bad banking. Get 2.00% interest and earn up to $300 when you set up direct deposit. SoFi, get your money right.
This is Dr. Chinchilla Donesia, the Commissioner of WBNN. For those of you that have been having trouble tuning into WBNN's programming due to phone service provider issues with Metro, T-Mobile, or Cricket, I have a solution for you. Go to the Google Play Store or the Apple Play Store, download the Text Now app onto your cell phone, choose a phone number, and then you will be able to tune into all of WBNN's programming. I am the Honorable Dr. Chinchilla J.
You were running blind, following your feet to try and outrun your fate, standing in a field of flowers, beautiful voices around, all hollering your name. Is it paradise? Only if it blows your mind and then blows away.
Sometimes you feel. Sometimes you feel. Sometimes you have to run and steal.
Call it cinnamon, or call it second sight. But now they treat them all the same, and it's the finish line. They hung you outside. You were holding my hand and say, hey, what if I only used it was mine? I want to try that if I could have let it different life, could have let it different life. But now I need somebody who can ease my mind, need somebody who can ease my mind. You know I could have let it different life, could have let it different life. Pulling me aside, giving me a lot to die, and the whole house shakes. Seems to fit in the family house. Don't make the mistakes that I did, 'cause it'll wear your soul away. And I wouldn't try to find you was black or white, but it's pulling quick.
Sometimes you feel. Sometimes you feel. Sometimes you have to run and steal.
Call it cinnamon, call it second treat them all the same. It's the finish line. All the others support my I want to tell them that if I could let a different life, could let a different life. But now I need somebody who can ease my mind, need somebody who can ease my mind. You know I need to really to feel my face, need somebody to sleep at night.
Like that, brother. All right. This is a product of WBNN. This is Know Your Rights, and I'm your host, Terris Strength, on air now from Lagos, Nigeria. Call in, family, 516-453-9133. Press 1 to join the conversation. And, of course, this is brought to you by Ngozi Time Multimedia. Before I begin, I would like to thank Brother Oladeli and the O&E Dynasty family for giving me the opportunity to share my story and my perspective. The topic this evening is spirituality, a new perspective, the reawakening of the goddess interview with Valerie Lemme. All right, so I want to read something here. So what is the significance of the goddess? Is there a relationship of the goddess with both men and women? Well, what is goddess? What is the goddess energy? This definition is more difficult for people. That difficulty is not an indication of ignorance, but rather an indictment of a society that is still riddled with male chauvinism. The goddess is defined with such words as light, love, isness, allness, and all that is. For, you see, the goddess is also light. The goddess is love. Reality is similarly goddess in action. Goddess, like God, is all that is. It would not be appropriate, though, to see the goddess as part of God, as some indeed would like to. However, it is appropriate to see God and goddess as the expressive and creative energies of all that is what is appropriate. You see, paternal religions throughout the world have presented an image of the deity as being all male in the form of God, in the form of the Son, and perhaps somewhat amorphously in the form of the Holy Ghost. You have been satisfied with this limited concept of deity, especially when you were content to give your power away to guru, master, minister, or priest. The goddess energy is the idealized feminine energy, not the idealized woman, not the idealized female, but the idealized feminine energy. Feminine energy is truly available to all that are female, all that are women, and this is the important part, family. It is also fully available to all who are male and all who are men. Well, what are these key principles that come the closest to defining the goddess? They are simply put, imagining, feeling, conceiving, and perceiving. And that was taken from an excerpt from the Lazarus interviews. Before we get started with Valerie, again, I talked about this on Facebook Live. We want to pray for those in Florida with the hurricane coming. Storms are down there. We got to pray for those people down there that they're safe, that they can get through this. We talking about high powered winds, so please let's keep everyone in your prayers, please. All right, Valerie, are you there?
Terris, I'm here. Hi.
I thought you would like that.
Yeah, I mean, what else is there to say? I mean, you've said it all. So much of it. Well, not all, because this is, the goddess is eternal, is infinite, like our spiritual beingness. And so we could talk about it forever, but wow, you did a really thorough job there. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I knew you didn't see that one coming, so I threw something in there, a little, to keep you on your toes a little bit, up the ante a little bit. That's all. So tonight, we want to. No problem. So tonight we're gonna up the ante a little bit, and we kind of want to talk about this thing from men, from a male perspective, in terms of how this can help men more. All right, but before we do that, I want you to tell the audience a little bit about yourself, Valerie. Who are you, and what makes you you, and how we met a little bit, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, I have been looking for the deeper meaning and the purpose of life since I was about 15 years old.
Oh, wow.
And I'm in my 60s now, so I've got a long history of wanting to understand and to heal myself, because I came from a very, very traumatic childhood where I was just tossed around, and there was a lot of trauma. So I was trying to find my bearings, and I couldn't. And I tried so many things. Oh my God, like the list, in fact, is in our book that Ty, who's the founder of Future Vision, that I know you mentioned before.
Yes.
We have a book coming out called Falling in Love with Your Future, and that was the key that was missing. And I just want to say something real fast about how this, ties in. Because to me, the goddess and the future are interwoven. And it wasn't until I started working with Ty that I really started to see the healing that I had wanted I was looking for 39 years, because I've been doing this now for 12 years now. Woohoo! And, people are healing on a regular basis. People are creating miracles and magic when they work with either Ty or I, because that's what the goddess energy is. That's what the wholeness of the universe, when you're embracing it, allows you to do. And so for me, my life went from sad, happy, to happy, sad. So, like a little, there's still things in the world that pull on our hearts. There's pain, we see it all the time. So it's not like, you have the full range of emotions that are available to you, but you don't get stuck. So that's the difference, and when I met you, Terris, boy, that was 9 years ago?
Yes, 9 years ago.
Yeah, and you've come a long way. And
yeah, how about that?
We've come a long way.
Yes, how about that?
Progress.
Yes,
Right.
yes. So tell me a little bit. So in the healing work that you do, you talk about the goddess. And for so many people, that means Greek or Roman mythology. How is this different, Valerie? Tell me, how is this different?
Yeah, I love to make that distinction, because it's like what you were saying. It's not a female image. It's not it is the feminine principle,
Yes.
which is the inner world. It is the feelings. It is a part of ourselves, but it's also so primordial and so pervasive. And so it's, a lot of people call it source or alpha. I call it the universal womb, the womb from which all things evolved and came from, the nothingness. So some people call it force. Some people call, nothingness. And my way of expressing the relationship, the final reunion with God, Goddess, all that is. And like you were talking about, all that is. So, and it's in every single one of us. Men, women, children.
Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. So I want to speak to men, and so how can this help men? Why is it so important for men to have a relationship with the goddess? Because for a lot of men, okay, before you answer, I just want to say something before you answer. Because a lot of men,
Sure.
When they hear this conversation right now, they hear me talking about this and they roll their eyes. They're like, why do I need this? Like I'm all male. I'm a man, hear me roar. Like, why do I need this? They roll their eyes. Women have too much power as it is. My wife is always complaining. They getting too much as it is. What is your response to that?
I heard something recently that really just struck me so strongly. The time of fierce individuality is over. And the time for collaboration and cooperation is here now. That's how we're going to win. That is how we are going to change the equation. And for a man, look around you, men, in your life. Where's the goddess? Every woman that you know is a part of that. And for women, every man is their relationship with God. So there's always, if you want to understand women, the goddess is a great place to start, or those women are a great place to start to open up into the goddess energy. It's all around. It's already here, and we exit out to our detriment. It's kind of, I was telling someone last night, if someone came and gave you this incredible gift, it was the thing that you've been waiting for, it was delivered to your door, and you heard the doorbell ring, and you opened, and there's a gift, and you don't know who it came from. Who are you going to thank? So to know the bounty and the abundance that the goddess is very, very important, because then you can say, I'm receiving from that now. I'm taking that in. And it's transformative, by the way. It's actually transcendent. It changes who you are. I think it changes the very molecules that make you who you are.
So I made a comment about this. It seems to me that when men are in their creative, it seems like all the creative men are like the chick magnets, they used to say. They get a lot of women, right? Because they're in their creative. All your entertainers and musicians. Is there something to that? The guys that operate that unconsciously are in their feminine and don't know it. Is there something to that statement?
Well, yeah, in the sense that it sounds, again, like we were talking before, because I was listening in, about balance. And when a man is in a stuck, very traditional role of I'm the man, you're the woman, and the gender roles are so rigid, what happens is more of a feeling of separation. And when a man embraces his, and by the way, Carl Jung was the one who first coined this phrase of the inner anima and anima, knowing that we had both inside of us, both feminine and masculine. The way to go inside, and then the wanting to participate in the outer world. The outer world participation, that's the masculine. The reflective, that's the feminine. So to be whole, just think about it this way. What would it be like if there's two people and they're just standing on one leg each and walking along? It's kind of a hobbled kind of thing. But when two people are whole inside themselves and they come together, that is a beauty and an empowerment.
Yes.
Most of us really have seen, Right. So that's the goal here. The goal for men is to find that and then bring it into all relationships.
Yes, yes, yes it is. Yes it is. Okay, so how does one know they are following the road to success in doing this? Like, what does it look like? Like, give us a situation. I don't know if you know any men like this or whatever, but give us a situation of what it looks like in a dating situation. You know, give us one scenario and give us another scenario of a person that's moving in that direction. And we have a music track, a song
Okay.
after this. Yep.
We have a what?
I said we'll have a song, a song from Brother O after this. But let me, like, what does it look like?
Yeah. I think it's the difference between going into a situation where everything's already set up and, okay, here it is. This is what I want to say. I want to say men and women both, we need to let go of wanting to control. It never works. And it doesn't work trying to control other people. And to do that, you have to embrace fluidity. You have to start to, and the only way to do that, Terris, is to be aware of your emotions.
Yes.
And we have been taught not to feel our emotions. We have literally been taught, and men especially,
Yes.
but women too, have kind of like been, and that is the missing link to success. And,
Yes.
you know, Ty came up with this amazing creating an awesome relationship worksheet, which I have used with clients, and their relationships just burgeon into this whole new level of understanding of what's possible.
Outstanding. All right. We're going to have another track from Brother O while we think about this and contemplate. Brother O, you got something else for us?
Muted.
All right, Brother O, thanks for that track. All right, so it looks like we have a caller in the queue. Caller 1, who am I speaking with? This is the Know Your Right show.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes. Jerry.
Hey, sweetie, it's Terris Strength.
How you doing, Jerry?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. This is the Hall of Famer speaking. What you got for us this evening, Jerry?
I just wanted to say hello to you and your guests and support you tonight.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm keeping you in prayer, baby.
Please. Please keep me.
Yes, always.
Please. Never turn down any prayer.
All right. Never. I love you.
Yes. Thank you, Jerry. When is your next show, Jerry?
All right, hold on real quick. October 18th.
October 18th.
I'm interviewing Joey Perillo. He's a comic genius.
Okay, that sounds great. Jerry, before you go, so give me some feedback. What do you think about this topic of understanding the goddess and what this means for us? What is your perspective of this?
So, I mean, I love, first of all, I love all your topics. And I love what you were saying. I'm not really, okay, so you know me. I'm a Christian. I believe Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior.
Yes.
And, I used to venture out and read so many things about so many other, I don't even like the word religion, spiritual things. You know what I mean?
Right.
And as I'm getting older, I just basically stick to me and God and Jesus. But I love listening to everything and all your different perspectives on spirituality.
Yes.
And I love it. I love hearing it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Oh, wow, that makes sense. So that, and I do love it.
Yes.
So thank you.
I appreciate your openness, and I appreciate the fact that you're thinking about some of this stuff, Jerry. I appreciate that. It means a lot.
Yes.
It means a lot. You're our Hall of Famer. You're our role model on this network. So, I appreciate you.
Oh. I appreciate you too, babe.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so that was Jerry Petito, one of my Hall of Fame hosts on this network. All right, so Valerie, back to you now.
Yeah. And I actually, what I wrote down, I want to actually say to Jerry, this next thing, and I wrote it down before she came on, the goddess is real.
Yes.
And your future self is real. This is not just a theory, or this is real. This is palpable. And I'd like to just tell a brief story of the first time I really experienced the goddess, the energy of the goddess.
Sure.
And I was in a lot of pain at the time, and I was reading The Goddess Cure, which is an incredible book that Ty and Melinda Diner wrote. So that's available on Ty's website if anybody's interested in going and downloading that. And I was starting to think about my life and my relationship with love. And I thought, oh my gosh, up until now, what do I think about love? And it was like, oh, I don't trust love because every time I've loved, I've gotten hurt.
Yep.
So I think love is hurt, love is pain. And then I just felt all the pain of a lifetime of disappointment and hurt, and I just wept and wept and wept. And then I heard a voice, and it said, who are you really? really, really, really. And I said, oh my gosh, at my core, I am loved. So that means that I'm not trusting myself right now. And then I cried for a little bit longer. And then I heard that voice bubble up again and just say, and what is God made of? Oh, God is love. I know it. I can feel it. And then I heard the voice say, and what is the goddess? Oh, she's made of love. And this is true story. I kid you not. All of a sudden, I realized in that moment that I was a part of God and Goddess. I was them and they were me. And I had never been alone in my whole entire life. I thought I was alone because this illusion is very easy to make us think that we're alone. And this cascading purple-like light just surrounded me. I just laid back, and for 20 minutes, it just enveloped me. And then I fell asleep, and my insomnia was gone. And I had been fighting with it for months and months and months, and maybe even years.
Wow.
And my insomnia was healed.
Wow.
So it's real. I want your listeners to know that. Yeah.
We have a caller in the queue. Caller 2, who am I speaking with? You're on the Know Your Right show with Terris Strength. Who am I speaking with? Hello?
This is with the campaign manager, sir. How you doing tonight?
How you doing? You sound like you're in the echo, Hooney.
No, we can hardly hear you. Yeah, we can't hear you.
Are you there,
We'll
Hooney?
come back to him. We'll come back to him. All right, continue the conversation, please.
All right, Jerry. So, Valerie. I said Jerry. Valerie. That was a powerful story. The fact that you were healed once you recognized that. You know, I mean, how many of us want that and don't know how to get there? So, how does one know they are following the road to success? This is one of the questions. You made a comment about being successful and how one knows that they're following the road to success.
Yes.
Explain that.
Right. Yeah. Well, and so not only is this, like I said, our future and the goddess are interwoven. They have to be, because that's where we're going to. We are going home.
Yes.
And this is spiritual badass, Terris.
Yes.
This is, because this is like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? And I'm going to say something here. This is just, I don't know for sure, but I feel it in my body and my bones. There is no hell. No. The fact that you can make it down here, but there's no hell. So we're all going home. Every single human being alive, now, past, present, and future, are going home, and they're going home to what I called before, the divine womb. So how do you know you're on that road? Well, it's a quickening. It's an alivening. It shows up in your emotions.
Yes.
It shows up in the way your life unfolds.
Yes.
There's a magic that starts to happen that isn't there, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
like,
yes.
You know, where just things just fall right in front of you, and you're like, oh my God, I was just thinking, and you know. So about you and the person calls, it happens, but it happens in big ways too, very spectacular ways, the more you allow it.
Yes.
So that's how you know, and it's really understanding your emotions and how to feel intense and strong emotions, which we have been taught not to. We sort of stay in this gray band most of the time, most of our lives, actually. That's not where the goddess is at all.
Right. All right, so we have caller 3 in the queue. It's probably Hooney. Caller 3. Caller 3, who am I speaking with? You on the Know Your Right show.
Hello, Terris. This is Ty.
There he is. Mr. Kane, how are you doing this evening?
I'm really good. I'm happy to see you. I'm watching you on Facebook Live, and you're just handsome.
And it's so fun hearing you, Valerie, and I wanted to touch on a couple of things. Terris, you asked Valerie a question. What's the point? And for us guys, it's like, there's got to be a point. There's got to be a reason for why do I want to dilly-dally around with this goddess stuff?
Best sex you've ever had? How about the best sex you've ever had?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay,
and that will get attention, along with, there's other stuff that goes on besides that, which is anybody, and I wanted you to tell a little more of your incredible story, Val. You mentioned, or Terris mentioned, your 39 years. What all human beings are searching for is health, happiness, and success.
Right.
We all want that, and we want it for our kids. We want it for our partners. We want it for the world. And so I want you to tell a little bit more about your 39 years, and I wanted to mention how courageous Valerie is, because she had spent 39 years, like I spent years and years and years doing every kind of therapy there is in the world, and they'd help a little bit, and then 2 months later, the same issues, same problems, and it never worked year after year after year. And Valerie found the same thing, 39 years of trying all different kinds of therapies. And one of the things that I wanted to mention for you to talk about, Valerie, is how courageous you had to be after all those years of trying therapy and healing and then becoming an astrologer and a hypnotherapist and a journey work practitioner. You are actually a practicing healer for 10 years, helping other people. But when you and I started talking, you said, it's really not working. My clients are getting a little bit better, but they're not changing their lives. I'm getting a little bit better, but I still have physical, emotional, and the courage that you have, and you and I know, we talked to a lot of people right at that same time. There are a lot of people who are not willing to tell the truth that what they're doing is not working.
Right.
But most therapies don't work. Most healings are not complete. And you spent years doing that and had the courage to be honest the first time we talked. You said, I heard you speaking like this on a radio interview, and I was actually happy speaking, and then I was talking about connecting to the future and creating a life that you really love. And you said, I want that, and I honestly don't have that. And you were willing to try something new that was different than anything you'd ever done before, and particularly involving working with the goddess. But the point for the men in the audience is, do you want health, happiness, success? Oh, and by the way, love.
Yes.
Because, yes.
Yes.
And what you mentioned earlier on, Terris, one of the core qualities of the goddess is receiving.
Yes.
And so if you don't heal your relationship with not only your feminine energy, but the goddess, you can't receive well. And how many men are there in the world who are working themselves to death, but not, and they may receive a lot of money, but are they receiving the fulfillment and the happiness that keeps them alive?
No.
So you can't receive if you don't have the feminine energy. And the other one that you mentioned, Valerie, is feeling. And if you don't feel, like you mentioned the example, someone comes to the door and brings you a beautiful gift. Well, if your arms are tied up in a straitjacket and you can't receive, what good does that gift do you?
No, no good at all.
And then if you do receive it and I got the gift, but you can't feel, if you can't feel the happiness from opening the gift, if you're just numb emotionally, which is most human beings. So the receiving and feeling are qualities that come from the feminine, from the divine feminine, from the goddess. Terris, you're a natural. You're a rare man. First time we talked, there was just such love and fun and honesty talking about what it's like to feel, to care, to be real, to want to help others. And you spent your whole life doing that, Val, helping and trying, but it didn't work until you started working with the future, and then with the goddess and opening the healing. So talk a little bit more about just what a transformation it was to spend 39 years studying every form of therapy and healing and consciousness and actually becoming a healing practitioner because pretty much everybody out there has tried therapy or tapping or all of that stuff, and most of them are still in pain. How frustrating was that for you?
Oh God, it was not only frustrating, but so it caused despair, and it caused anger inside of me that I didn't understand. It caused complete emptiness and also frustration and anger. So it was this weird mixture. And I remember so this is what I noticed. When I did the journey work, I noticed that a lot of the practitioners were getting sick. That really concerned me. I have that ability to, look at something and go, well, how are the people that are doing this? What's happening to them? And I noticed also that, like you said, my clients were, not getting the fulfillment, but I wasn't getting the fulfillment. I ended up in the emergency room with back pain that was off the charts. And I was a healer, quote unquote, doing, this is drum roll, please, emotional release work. Wow. And then one day, Ty asked me a question. He said to me, it's so funny, he said, Valerie, what are you feeling right now? Wait a minute, hold on, let me go. I have to sit down. I have to close my eyes. I have to go down through the layers. Isn't that how you feel? I realized that I did not have the tools for in the moment being able to respond to life, to respond and to receive both at the same time. And so to have the pain and then to have the solution. So now someone could ask me, so Valerie, how are you feeling? And pretty much within a minute, I wouldn't just tell you oh, I'm happy. I would say, oh, I'm happy. I'm feeling peace. It's wonderful, to be alive right now. I have a language. Think about the other people in your life. Think about the connections in your life. Women already sort of are more here than men are. It's just going to work better. It works better when you know how to embrace the feminine. And everyone's talking about receiving tonight. And also, I think we mentioned conceiving. But here's the really cool part. Perceiving is also the goddess energy. It's conceiving, receiving, and perceiving.
You know
and when you perceive new things, you're on the road to longevity.
Absolutely.
Isn't
Valerie,
that cool?
Valerie, that's outstanding. Yeah. Ty, if you're still there, I want to thank you for calling in, brother. We got a track next from DJ Legend, Brother O. But Ty, thanks for calling in, and Valerie, that was outstanding. We're going to talk some more when he comes back after the track.
Muted. Before we fall, settle down and do it all for a change. We're going through it again on our own separate ways, and I need to relate. Say more. I'd like to see your heart and soul. It's enough to make you turn. They're saying freedom is not staying still, enough to let you in. You don't belong there. Where you're raised and born. Before it's around. I do it all for a change. On our own separate ways, and I need to relate. Say more. I like to see your heart and soul. It's enough to make you turn away. Memories old.
All right, Brother O, thank you for that track. We have another caller in the queue, caller 4. Who am I speaking with? You're on the Know Your Right show with Terris Strength. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, how you doing? You're speaking with your campaign manager, sir. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Brother Hooney. You got your phone together, huh?
Yeah, finally. Look, hey, I'm enjoying what your special honored guest is sharing with us tonight, and of course, you already know I appreciate all that you share with us. But I think you need to sit down, sir. I got some news to share with you. Congratulations. Congratulations, International Internet Radio Hall of Fame broadcaster nominee, Terris Strength, on your WBNN all-time record with your 45th all-time and your 5th consecutive with the historic Dolly Launch Championship, honoring our late Hall of Famer, and your ultimate contention in the electoral voting process for the class of 2022 at the International Internet Radio Hall of Fame on October 17th, 2022.
Wow.
You already know I'm really proud of you, man. And
Wow.
I mean, right now, I'm standing up for you. You sit down. I'm standing up for you, man.
Thank you.
Keep doing what you're doing. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you, Brother Hooney.
And I'm going to listen to the rest of the show, okay?
Thank you. Wow. This is incredible. Thank you. Thank you, Brother O. Oh, my goodness. Wow. That's impressive.
So that's your awesome, great future.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Brother O, you there? I guess he ain't gonna say anything.
Yes, I am. And first of all, Valerie, welcome to WBNN. A great historic night. Bottom of the ninth, 2 out, 2 strikes. Cool. Either you walk or you hit, and you hit a home run.
Wow.
2 out are more than 9.5 years doing radio. Over 248 hosts that I had touched, and we have 24 now. And all those hosts, and all those connections, and all those listeners. Tonight, Terris has done something that warrants great grandeur. And this is my last year being part of the electoral voting process of the International Radio Hall of Fame. I've been doing it for almost 6 years. And I get a chance to vote for Terris Strength on the 17th of October. It makes me very, very proud of all the hard work, because not only do I have to worry about Terris, I got to worry about, 18 other people that right now, 5 did not make it in contention, did not hit the criteria. And right now, Terris makes 18 at this time. They're still eligible. And now becoming curator of the Hall of Fame next year, where I'll be able to sign the ultimate certificates. And this is the first year, hopefully, if Terris makes the vote on the 17th, that I'll be able to, my name will be on the certificate as curator for the first time ever of the International Radio Hall of Fame. I'm proud of that, my hard work.
Wow.
Terris, I'm very proud of you. Words cannot even, there's no words for it right now. And I'm very, very, very happy for you at this time. But we all know that one vote doesn't make 7. Right. And it takes 7 votes it takes 5 votes 5 out of 2 to be enshrined. And definitely, because of criteria, you had my vote. And now we need 4 more. So congratulations. We'll take another caller at this time. But since he brought me on, I wouldn't try to be on Valerie at this time. I need to hear from you. It's mess, right? To bring you on the line right now. But I'll be saying more at Ngozi time. But congratulations to you. And we go to another caller at this time. And a person that has supported you off the air before she became a host. And she right now is in contention for the Lemme New Host of the Year for the class of 2022. Miss Mo Garman at this time.
Mo.
Hi, Terris. Hi, how are you?
How are you doing, Mo? Did you hear that? I'm famous.
Hello. Hi. I have a question for you, Valerie. And by the way, congratulations, Terris.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Valerie, I want to know, how can the goddess help men in their romantic relationships? Like, what specifically can men do in their romantic relationships?
Well, okay. First of all, what Ty was talking about just now, which is having the courage to step up. And it's not just opening up into the goddess, it's also being able to see and, again, perceive, receive, and conceive of your awesome, bright future, your brilliant future that you want to create. That is, women and men both have to do it, and we do it a little differently. We do, because we have different sensibilities. So men can harness the ability to not only see that future, but understand that they can create that future, because this is the spiritual badass truth. We are all gods and goddesses in becoming. We are that powerful. We create our reality. We didn't really touch on that tonight, Terris said. We create our reality, and we're becoming more and more aware. And to really make reality work,
you have to be in balance.
You have to begin in the same resonance as the universe. So men can step up. They can be God and step up. And women, you can become the goddess. And I tell my female clients, and this is a little bit of a dynamic here, but I tell my female clients all the time, put your goddess foot down. Put your goddess foot down, and men, be gods and step up. Take the responsibility. And like Ty was talking before about happiness, health, and success and love, when I was an astrologer, that's all anybody wanted to know. Where's the money coming from? Am I going to find love? That's really it, right? How's my health going to be?
That's true.
We live in a loving and abundant, yes, and the goddess is abundant. But goddess is abundance. And so it makes your whole life better. And then you can appreciate the woman who's standing next to you in a completely different way. Completely different way. And the love can just grow.
Mm-hmm.
So much more profoundly and deeper. Yeah.
Yep, I can see that. Mo.
So that would be my answer.
Mo, thanks for calling in. When is your next show, Mo?
My next show will be Friday, October the 7th. And the show topic will be healing from clergy abuse. I'll be interviewing Sandy Phillips Kirkham.
Okay. That sounds interesting.
That's an important topic.
Yes, very important topic.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a very important topic because a lot of people have been abused in that way.
Yes.
And it's difficult to heal from it. So.
But thank you for calling in, Mo. Thank you for calling in as always. All right, so I think we have another caller in the queue, caller 6. Who am I speaking with?
Yo, this is Clever One half of the Blues Brothers, representing from the Broad Street bully side of Philadelphia, where we crashed the backboards on our baby moms, you know what I'm saying? Yo, and I wanted to say congratulations on the connection, you know what I mean?
Thank you, Clev.
Yo, but this is an interesting topic here, and I've noticed people getting in touch with their goddess. Some of the men out here that I know, you know what I'm saying, they get in touch with their goddess side of things, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But however, what I'm gonna do is Clever One. You know what I'm saying? And this is just me because I'm one man. You know, I can only be accountable for my own speeches and actions. But however, what I'm going to do with this energy, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to direct it towards the refrigerator. And I'm going to allow the women to take the meat out the freezer for the night. You know what I'm saying? And get the Crisco ready, whatever you're going to get. Canola. You know what I'm saying? We need feminine energy for that. You know what I'm saying? What else we got? I'll let them. We'll watch a Tyler Perry movie. How's that? You know what I mean? And as far as it gets for Clever One with that type of energy, because I'll let the women control it because they need whatever God they need. Get that one. Get that God and follow that God's instructions. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going to follow any other God, which you should be following one God because there's only one God worthy to worship. But if you got to name other people and all kinds of other things, you know what I'm saying, do what you got to do. Because I'm Clever One half of the Blues Brothers, representing from the Broad Street bully side of Philadelphia, where we got crumbs in our bed from eating a big piece of chicken at dinner. Check your satellites.
Oh, my Clever One is something else, boy. He's something else. All right. Thanks for calling in.
Well, can I just say something?
Sure.
My ex-husband used to cook. He was a culinary school graduate, and so and we're still friends. And let me tell you something, he cooks for me all the time. So it could go any way.
Yes, it can. I hear you on that one. I hear you. So to get back to our questions, you mentioned you and I were talking about elegance and how is that feminine energy. Explain that whole elegance being feminine energy, if you don't mind.
Yeah, it's actually both masculine and feminine, and that's why. But the definition of elegance, it is a goddess trait. Okay. There's a couple that you were mentioning different things. I know valuing yourself.
Yes.
Value self. Feeling your emotions. That is also the goddess or the feminine part of us. Also, elegance and excellence. Practicing excellence in everything we do. We don't know it when we're doing it a lot of times.
Right.
For years and years I did it and I didn't know. But I knew I always loved excellence and I always loved elegance. But this is the scientific definition is the least amount of energy for the most effective outcome. I think men would love that, right?
Yes.
Don't you want us really
yes.
be productive and creative in a very smooth, easy way.
Yes.
An easy life, not a, to take struggle out of the equation, to take the pain and the suffering out of the equation. Mm-hmm. That's where we're going. That's the future that we are all endeavoring to create, a world becoming new. So that's really my answer to elegance.
Thanks.
So, Terris, wouldn't you like things to just go smoothly, and then to solve problems that you didn't even know it was going to solve when you did it? Like, I'm going to do this a new way. I'm going to open up. And that's what the receiving does. You see, if you're receiving new ideas. You're receiving from your future self, who has more and more openness to the goddess, because that's the direction we're going.
Mm-hmm.
So it works beautifully together.
That sounds great. So another question. So why are we so out of balance these days, Valerie? It's not even a question anymore that the world is in chaos, but how can you say a relationship with the goddess can make a practical difference in our lives when we're just so out of balance?
Yeah. You know that saying, 2 heads are better than one? Well, co-creation is the ultimate state of reality creation. And it's not to be a puppet. It's not to allow whatever your divine is, it's not to have them say, oh, they're pulling the strings. They're in the background. They're setting things up. No, we create our reality.
Yes.
But it's out of balance because we are in so much pain. Our priorities have just gotten skewed, and we're stuck in the old way of doing things. What's happening right now on the planet Earth is the future is creating the present.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's happening in the world. So if we're holding on to the past, it's very, very dissident, and violence comes out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So to open up, to see the future, and to start to realize that we can create, and there's so many amazing solutions that are coming down the road, and it's our belief that it's going to be hard and struggle that's creating the problem. It's our negative and limiting beliefs.
Yes.
It's the martyrhood, it's the self-pity, that's in the way. And when you open up into the goddess and our bright futures, that stuff, that part of the equation it just falls away. Well, it falls away, and you also have to choose. It's courageous choices to choose. That's what I want. I want to go that way.
It takes courage.
And the universe responds, by the way, just so beautifully. Yeah.
It takes courage. We have another caller in the queue. Caller 8. Who am I speaking with? You on the Know Your Right show with Terris Strength?
Peace and blessings, my adopted son.
Sister
and
Bessie.
Peace and blessings to your guest.
How you doing? How you doing, Sister Bessie?
I want to say congratulations.
Thank you.
To your record. And I knew that you was going to get it anyway. I already knew that.
Excuse me. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I always have something to say.
Yep.
But I want to say that women have been represented as gods and priestess. And when you go to Kemet, which is Egypt, and you look on the walls, you will see the queens are the women with thrones on their head.
Mm-hmm.
And when I go back and also look at India has so many female goddesses or deities.
Yeah.
And sometimes I wonder what happened in history between men and women that they are not telling us. Also, I understand that we have had images dug up of female deities. Venus is one. And I don't understand what's happening today with men today, because I think a couple of days ago I actually looked and saw that a man, he was, I believe, a boyfriend, and he killed the mother, and he threw the child in the river. And I'm noticing an increase on the attacks on women. And I would like to your guests to elaborate on that with the violence that is increasing among women.
Right, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I would love to answer your question. It's a great, really wonderful question. And the basis of that
I was having
is,
challenges.
and the basis of that is chauvinism, or a more paternal approach to life versus masculine and feminine imbalance. And by the way, we don't want to go to the other way. We don't want to go where it's just all women now and there's all chaos and there's no structure. The masculine energy is structure. The female energy is more fluid. I tell people, it's like, knock on your desk or your chair. That's the masculine. Wave your hands in the air. That's the feminine. But we need both. We need open space and we need structure. But the chauvinism suppressed the feminine. And the truth is, and this is a really good reason, because women are stronger. The feminine energy is stronger, not physically, but emotionally. And so there is a fear. And there's a separation. And that separation is what is causing. And the separation is not just outside, it's also inside. So, yes.
That's a very good point,
They
Val.
have done excavations. And they have found that there are civilizations that didn't have mass graves or walls around. This is 15,000 years ago. They worship the goddess. They worship the feminine divine. And we need to reclaim that. And there's this beautiful quote, the goddess is returning, even though she never really left. She is returning and she brings with her a light that can be heard in everyone's heart. So we are part of that. We came here to do that,
Sister Bessie, you came here to do that too, Sister Bessie. You came here to do that too. Thanks for calling in, Sister Bessie. When is your next show?
Yes, my next show is on the 14th of September. Wait a minute, October.
14th of October.
Yeah. Because that was fast.
Yes. All right. But Sister Bessie, thanks for calling in. You know I love you.
Well, time is an illusion. Time is an illusion. That's like all time exists simultaneously. But
thank you for calling in, Sister Bessie.
Well, thank you, brother. Thank you, Brother Terrence, and I am elated and I am happy, and I will be doing a dance when I see your name come up at the Hall of Fame.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to singing that dance, Sister Bessie. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Thank you. All right, so we have a track next by DJ Legend, Brother O. What you got for us, Brother O?
You did.
think I'm trying to find your love. You deserve much better than the average girl. You should know you're all I'm thinking of. There is no one else in my world. So don't think that you're asking for much. There's no limit that I won't go. If there's anything you want or anything you need, girl, just let me know. Whatever it takes, my love, I'll do. Whatever it takes, my love, my lady, that's what you are to me. So don't feel that you're imposing on me. I've got plenty time for you. By now you can have a clue of what I'll do for you. I'm yours for as long as you want, and I want you to be mine. You have everything you want, and everything you don't will be there at the drop of a dime. Whatever it takes, my love, baby, I will do. Whatever it takes, my love, whatever it takes, my love, whatever it takes, my love.
For those who said, let's jam. Whatever you need, my love, I can keep you full of love, full of joy, full of joy. I'll do, yeah, whatever it takes, my love.
Whatever you need, my love, I can keep you full of love, full of joy.
All right. We was jamming on that one, Miss Valerie. We was jamming on that one.
Yeah, that was an awesome song. I loved it. That was my favorite so far this evening.
So another question I want to ask before this show is over. So you're saying the universe and the goddess. So you're saying the universe and the goddess are in a state of harmony. So why is there so much trouble in this world?
Yeah. Well, we're the ones that are out of balance.
Mm-hmm.
We are not right now in a state of harmony. We're in disharmony. And through time, we have grown because we don't know how to feel and release our emotions. We have a lot of suppressed emotions inside of us. So we've grown resentful and distrusting, thinking,
Yes.
you know, the other shoe's going to drop. We have all these different sayings, you know, you can't have it all.
That is
just
so true.
Take the best and hope for the best, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Expect the worst and take whatever comes. This is terrible. These are horrible ways of approaching life. So we have grown resentful and distrustful of life, and that includes God and Goddess, because of how it's taught to us. And ultimately, when things go wrong, we tend, out of the self-pity victim, to blame. So we need to heal that. And here's the really cool part, Terris, that I just want to say. When you're working with the future, healing happens so much faster. Success happens so much more rapidly. Love grows so much faster. And all of that is just so strengthened by having a relationship with the future instead of mucking around in the past. Which is one of the reasons why everything that I did didn't work. It didn't have that aspect of the future built in.
Got it.
So, yeah.
And so I guess that's the answer to how we fix our lack of relationships with the goddess too. It's the same thing. Focusing on the future.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And realize that you are so powerful. Learn to recognize how powerful every individual is, and then to imagine what would it look like to have this truly loving life, this successful life filled with happiness. And most of my clients, within a short period of time, and then build on the structure within 2 years, have sometimes 3, a completely different life than they had when they started. It's amazing. And right now, if your listeners could create a holographic image of what they really want, and then step into that in your imagination, and have the expectation that you can have it, that it's yours and you're enough. Really feel with every fiber of your being that wants and longs for that. That's how it works. That's how it happens. And then you've got to get rid of the limiting and negative beliefs and the suppressed hurts and angers. So there's a reunion, the reunion with the divine and the goddess who wants you to succeed even more than you do. So it's always good to have someone like that in your corner.
In your corner, yes. Thank you, Valerie. This has been a great show. It has been as advertised, and I want to thank you for coming on here and sharing your perspective with us on the reawakening of the goddess. And I guess it's Ngozi time next, brother O.
Well, first of all, I want to thank Valerie for being able to just be interviewed on the Story Dynasty. So proud tonight of Terris Strength, his 45th all time, and he does it every single month. And so you hit 5 consecutives and be part of the voting process of the International Internet Radio Hall of Fame. I'm very proud of you. I said to you, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, and 2 strikes. You know, this reminds me of a young man, and Terris, you know him very, very well. His name is Wajid Mentor FL. You know, as a intern, he became a host on his very last try. That's the history of our network. You know, bottom of the ninth. And he did what he had to do to become a host. And tonight, it reminds me of that, but more gloriously, for you to have the opportunity to be in the electoral process for October 17th, a holiday for the world, but definitely for WBNN. I get a chance for the last time in my life to be able to vote for you. And you have my vote. You know, one of the 7 in the world that's able to do it, who are honored to do it. And now it's for the other 6 who are listening to this program tonight. The 6 people of the International Radio Hall of Fame voting committee. This man came up, and he did what he had to do. Let us do what we need to do to get him enshrined in the International Radio Hall of Fame. Not just a nominee, but a Hall of Famer. This man, if you are a newcomer to this network, he garnered 33 consecutive all-time connection records. A record that might not ever be broken unless we have someone come on as a quasar. And this network always proves that we find those type of people that do that type of work. Right now we have a great streak from Jerry Petito. 12 consecutively. You know, we never know. She got 11 to go. You know, we have a young man by the name of Clever One on this network who's trying to garner what Zoe Griffin did. In 2017, she was the only host in our network's history to become, you know, new host of the year and host of the year. That won't happen this year because this man, by the last name of Strength, garnered his 4th place in finals for the Anna Waddell Award. That is the only host of the year at WBNN. And on Black Friday, there are 4 people that have the honor to be part of that process. One person is the number 1 ranked Jerry Petito. The next is the number 2 ranked Dr. Chinchilla J. The 3rd ranked Angela Thomas Smith, and the 4th ranked, and in the electoral process for the Hall of Fame, Mr. Terris Strength. It's finalized now. And we are a network of champions. I fall back now to let my commissioner, who's started that process this year, we vote for her, or Jerry, or Angela, or Terris on Black Friday. Our hosts are the ones that let that happen. I love the diplomacy of that situation. The hosts will let you know around the world who they feel should be the Anna Waddell Award winning host of the year. And I know Terris will talk about that in his final thoughts. But now, it's in goes tied by my commissioner, the Honorable Dr. Chinchilla J.
All right. Thank you so much, Brother L. Terris, I really enjoyed what I've heard on your program tonight, and thank you to your guest tonight, Valerie Renee. Very excellent program, and congratulations definitely on your 45th all-time connection record, and for you landing that spot and being nominated, okay, for this year for the Hall of Fame. So that is so awesome, and you know, I'm praying that you win, and I think you're going to win it. So I hope you win it. I want to see you win it, and we all at WBNN want to see you be enshrined this year. And now, I just heard I'm number 2 right now Okay, I was number 1 ranked all year. Now I'm number 2. Oh boy, but that's good though. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. And for you, Terris, to have 33 all-time connection records, records as a rookie, or not a rookie, but a new host, that was so awesome. And I heard Brother O say that Jerry has 11 more to go, 21 more to go. 21. If she's at 12, it's 21 to make 33 all-time connection.
You're right. I got so, listen, Doctor, I got so excited. You're absolutely right, and that's going to be hard. You know what I mean? I got so excited. He does have 21 more to go. That's why I'm a commissioner. Because sometimes, I do so much. Thank you, Commissioner.
All right. Yeah, so again, congratulations. And Brother O, that song that you played, that last song, I really enjoyed that. That man said he'll do whatever it takes. Where is he? Okay? Where are the men like that today? And say, I'll do whatever it takes. That was wonderful. And Valerie loved that song as well. She said that was her favorite song of the night, and mine too. All right. Please tune in Sunday night, everybody. I want to mention this really quickly to News Forum, 9:30 p.m. Sunday, October 2nd, is Wrongful Conviction Awareness Day across this country. And on Sunday night, 9:30 p.m., we're going to be having a show centered around that. And those of you that listen to News Forum, you know that I usually talk about wrongful convictions just about every week. And that is going to be a day set aside Sunday night to bring more awareness to wrongful convictions. So we're going to have several different attorneys who are wrongful conviction attorneys and civil rights attorneys as well. So tune in Sunday night right here on WBNN. Thank you so much. All right, WBNN has advertising through Ngozi Time Multimedia. We're on Pinterest, Instagram, and Twitter at Ngozi_Time and Oladele Malebe Ngozi at Facebook. Any comments and suggestions for our wonderful programming tonight? Oladele.Ngozi@my.com. For our mothers and fathers' favorite producer, Oladele Malebe Ngozi, I am WBNN Commissioner Dr. Chinchilla J, saying good night and good luck to all the folks out there at Armed Forces Radio that support us on a constant basis. And stay tuned for Casual Chat with Ava Holly, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time tomorrow night. Or you can also tune in at www.blogtalkradio.com. Stay tuned. Now back to International Internet Radio Hall of Fame broadcasting nominee, Terris Strength.
Thank you, Chinchilla. Thank you for those words, Brother O. Thank you for your support. And I want to thank my guest tonight, Valerie Lemme, for an outstanding show. Valerie, make sure you mention how people can contact you very quickly if you're there. You still there, Valerie?
Yes, I'm here.
Let people know how they can reach you.
To do that. Yep. I have my website is yourbrilliantfuture.com, and people can find me there. Okay. But really, they can also just text me on my phone, 201-681-9240. That's the best way to get in touch with me. And for anybody who does reach out, I have free handouts that I will give. If you're open to receiving, I have stuff that I can give you. And I also offer a complimentary consultation. It lasts between 45 minutes and an hour. And I talk about, what you want to create in your life and how we can do that together. So that's,
outstanding.
Outstanding. The offer. And thank you, Terris, so much. And congratulations to you.
Thank you. This was a lot of fun. I hope our listening audience gleaned something from this. Again, spirituality, new perspective. We try to examine different perspectives on this show to help us all to move towards wholeness and to evolve. And I want to thank Brother O and everyone here and all you listeners. I will see you in a month from now. Remember, family, always, always, always know your strength. Thank you.
Muted.
Yeah. right, Facebook family. I'll see you guys in 4 weeks. Another engagement. Yes. Yes.
It was right there in front of me, screaming out. I didn't want to see. Excuses that crashed down on me, trying to use me up, but I had him by the side. You wanna do me up, but I lose the love. So I can't do violently, but when you name your price, it only high time. I never believed what you told to me. It's wrong, I know it's wrong, I know it's wrong. But if I you all, you're only twice now.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
All right, Facebook family, I'll see you guys in 4 weeks. Thanks for joining us. And remember, tell somebody you love them. Let's work on that goddess feminine, that goddess principle, family. See you in 4 weeks. Good night.